So congratulations on your book, Ina. And our next guest joining me on the stage is Dr. Alexandra Union. Her book, come on out, Alexandra, let me give you a hug. We're going to talk about this incredible book. So Alexandra's book is called Confessions of a Controlaholic. That's her. And the subtitle is Don't Destroy Your Second Marriage Too. So if you are like me, you hear that term controlaholic, and maybe it feels a little like a mirror going up. We've all had those moments in our life. So I want to talk about Confessions of a Controlaholic. It's a very personal story. Why did you write it? What did you hope to share? And the theme today is spring into service. So I want to talk about how you believe this book helps the readers to not destroy their second marriage.
Well, it's very interesting, but because you were my coach, you encouraged me at the very beginning not to write just a memoir, which is kind of what I had intended to do. That's what I had wanted to do. But through having you as my coach and trying to obey you and not control the whole process myself.
Not that I was trying to control anything.
No, but I listened to you and I realized, oh, she's right. This would make much more of a difference in the world. And so you helped me see how to write the book with my story of how I uncovered the sources of my controlaholism, my controlling behaviors, and then get deeper into how they developed, which is something my book also will help the women or men who read my book to do. So to understand how they developed.
And you had a surprising path, because forgive me if I get this wrong, but you were a therapist. Yeah. Were you like an MSW or an LCSW?
I'm a clinical psychologist.
Clinical psychologist. Okay, I was like, I'm going to get your exact title wrong. So clinical psychologist, obviously, controlaholic, I'm sure is in the DSM somewhere. There's like standard, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapies. That wasn't ultimately the quick fix for you. There was something else that changed your life.
Exactly. And so being trained in how to do cognitive behavioral therapy, but I wasn't really getting my own results using those techniques as much as my relationship with God. And that came for me, after a lot of different paths that I went for, which all gave me something really beautiful. But it was really after I met Jesus and became a Christian, and then I traveled through a lot of different Christian churches and things. And finally it was discovering Eastern Orthodoxy, which when I read deeply into the history of it, there are saints that wrote in the 400s about cognitive therapy, but they didn't.
I don't think they called it that.
They didn't.
They did not have a copy of the DSM.
They called it, so there's an idea where you become watchful of your thoughts, and the word is nepsis in Greek, and it's the same principle as mindfulness. So I had had a lot of experiences with mindfulness, and when I was able to connect it to the spiritual life, it just really helped integrate the whole thing for me and helped me become much more able to work on seeing my controllingness when it was erupting and catching it sooner and learning to let that go and step into love, and especially to love my fantastic second husband, because I did not want to destroy him.
Yeah. So this is what I think is so powerful, because I'm somebody who's gone through a lot of therapy of different kinds. There's a lot of wonderful things about therapy, even coaching, and I've hit a wall. I know the techniques. CBT, those are great techniques, but when they're not working, I'm just so impressed by the way in your journey you kept looking for the answer, and it lied under a very unexpected rock, but you were looking under all of them.
And the idea is that if you feel called to serve, which I do it now, because I did not want to get to the end of my life and regret not having reached out and written a book that could maybe help someone.
And now it's the first of many. I'm going to show people. I know this isn't the end of the road for your book writing. Confessions of a Controlaholic. This book will surprise you. I will be surprised if you are not surprised by this book and this woman's incredible journey. Dr. Alexandra Union, Confessions of a Controlaholic, Don't Destroy Your Second Marriage Too. Alexandra, congratulations on getting this book out in the world.
Thank you.